What would you like to see done to improve the climate for business in this country?
The fair tax is what I mentioned. One of the things I mentioned, it would eliminate the 35% corporate income tax. It would eliminate the double taxation on dividends. It would eliminate the gain on capital gains, so investments wouldn't be punished. Right now we have an upside down incentive system that rewards failure and punishes success. And that goes especially towards business. The word profit is a dirty word. Well, profit's what hires people. A business can't hire people if they don't have, profits, right? So, over-regulating these businesses is not going to return the country to prosperity. The Founding Fathers had a very different view of the word regulation. It meant make regular. It didn't mean strangulate. It didn't even mean the government getting involved in economic affairs, period. They never envisioned the entanglement we have today. So, show me a problem, I'll show you how the government created it. And if you get rid of the corporate income tax, if you get rid of some of these silly regulations and get the government out of businesses and allow American innovation to thrive, you will see our country return to prosperity in short order. If they cut the size of government, they've got to cut the size of government.
And you're up, Kathy.
You want to ask this? Go ahead.
In your opinion, who is the best president, excluding Washington, Lincoln, and Reagan?
Calvin Coolidge.
And why?
During the 1920s, we had budget surpluses every single year. He also said the least of all presidents, which is great for a politician. He also did the least, which is great for a politician. Because these people are the kiss of death. Whatever they touch. I mean, show me a government program that works as intended. I'll listen all day. We had a depression in 1920. Not a recession, a depression that we were never taught about in public schools because the government didn't get involved too much in it. Unemployment went from 5% to 12% in 1 year, from 1920 to 1921. So it was terrible. The gross national product dropped by 18% in 1 year. Warren Harding, the only thing I knew about Warren Harding was that he was a skirt chaser, kind of like the Republican version of Bill Clinton, and that he had, corruption in his administration. But he cut government spending in half, 50%.
Are you talking Calvin Coolidge?
No, I'm talking Harding.
Harding?
And Coolidge continued his policies. They lowered the tax rate from, I believe, 63% down to 25%. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty close on those numbers. And because they cut taxes, they could cut spending. And unemployment went from 12 to 6 to 2%. And unemployment got down as low as 1%. And like I said, they had surpluses. Imagine surpluses every year of the 1920s. There was no better economic president, including my hero Ronald Reagan, than Calvin Coolidge. Statistical fact.
I'm next. So, under what conditions may the federal government take control of a private business?
Never.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was quick.
That was my Calvin Coolidge answer. If you guys, this is totally off the record, but I'm going to throw this in, no extra charge, okay? So, Calvin Coolidge was having dinner with this group. And two of the ladies at his table, they had a bet going on with each other. And they said, I'll bet you I can get him to say 3 words in a row. That was the bet. And the dinner went on and on and on. Finally, they couldn't stand it anymore, and they told him, said, we had a bet that whichever one of us could get you to say 3 words in a row would win the bet. You know what he said? You lose.
Okay, the next question is, what are your concerns about illegal immigration and its effects on the United States?
I've got serious concerns about that because it's a tremendous problem and it's a tremendous drain on our resources. Number one, we need to enforce existing laws. If we're not going to enforce existing laws, why have them? Number two, no free things for illegals. The reason why they come here is because it's more attractive for them not to come here. We need to have a path to citizenship that makes sense in this country. I don't think it should take 10 or 15 years for, a good person who's productive, who is not a criminal, they want to become a United States citizen. We're all immigrants. I am pro-legal immigration. I am very anti-illegal immigration. So we need to enforce existing laws. If we're not going to enforce existing laws, we need to change them.
Do you want to ask a question?
Go ahead.
If elected to replace Representative Inslee, would you be in favor of repealing Obamacare?
Of course,
Where would you put that on your priority list?
near the top.
Another Calvin Coolidge answer.
Yeah.
Sounds refreshing.
How will you ensure that you won't become a country club Republican by representing only special interests that will pad your pocket?
Because I will give you the gun to shoot myself in the head. It's a cool ringtone. Happens to the best of us, don't worry about it. I get asked that a lot. I have been a true blue conservative my entire life. And the great thing about being a conservative is you don't have to make things up. It is what it is. You just state the facts. And the Republican Party is not going to succeed being big government party number 2. We won't. And if I go back there, we go back there, and we spend money like they did during the Bush administration, it's over. There won't be any Republican Party. There'll be a Tea Party, and there would be no Tea Party if the Republican Party was doing their job. So I am as anti-rhino as you can get. I am not a rhino. I am not the establishment candidate. I've never been involved in the party. I'm a conservative, a constitutional conservative.
That leads into this next question. What does the Constitution mean to you?
It's a law of the land, and it means what it says, and it says what it means. And if you don't know what it means, you look at what the authors say that it means. You know, if you want to know what the Commerce Clause is, read what James Madison said about it. He should know, he wrote it. So I am wholeheartedly against these people that go to law school to figure out ways to manipulate and destroy the Constitution. That's a
I would turn it up, but it's brand new and I don't know
I just
how to
got
turn
one
it
of
off.
those.
I don't know how to turn it up.
other room.
I will do that.
He's got 2 going.
Just put it on restriction or something. Shut the
All
door.
right.
I've seen a commercial.
Don't put this part on tape.
Okay, sorry.
Edit.
Did you just do that last one?
Number 12.
Do you support cap and trade bill? Why or why not?
No, because it'll kill the economy. My father used to joke. I mean, it was a joke. They'd tax air if they could. Well, guess what? That's what they want to do. They want to tax air. I'm polluting as we sit here, blowing out CO2. If they could put a monitor, a meter to my mouth, they'd do it.
The trees like it.
Yeah, it's essential to plant life. How can that be a poison? And most of the science has been debunked. This is not even disputed. The leading scientists, Michael Mann and Phil Jones. You folks have probably heard of ClimateGate. They were found, they don't dispute these emails that they sent, talking about hiding the decline in temperatures. And Phil Jones said that there has been no global warming the last 15 years that's measurable. That's him, not me. The leading scientist in the global warming hysteria movement. And the so-called scientists that predicted the Himalayan glaciers would be melting in 35 years. One scientist, one phone call, admitted, not based on any scientific study. I am pro-environment. I'm for clean water. I don't like my kids eating poisoned food. You know, I don't like drinking dirt cocktails or anything like that. But there's no proof that there's man-made global warming. None. The whole science has been debunked. And to anybody to continue to believe in this after ClimateGate it's a religion. They're doing it based on faith. It's not based on science. We should base our research on true science, not based on, faith.